Hi team, this is Dennis. I just want to do a quick video about the training. So if you're watching this video, it's because you've already gotten the essentials in order to realize what the difference is between the dialer and the Zoiper. So just to go have a quick overview, the dialer is a server, right? It's the system that allows the phone calls to be made and connected to your um, to your to your headset through the soft phones. So that's all that it is. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and log in. I'm going to use previous credentials, which you should already have. The phone login, password, user login, and user password are all exactly the same. They are the four-digit code or user I gave you before. Okay, so the first thing we need to figure out is the fact that we need to use the proper extension that we are going to log into. So it's extension 100 merchant processing. Okay, you select that, you submit it. As you can see, my Zoiper is I'm the I'm currently the only person in this conference, which is normal. And now all I got to do is take the phone calls. So what I want you to learn right now is basically the navigation, that which are the essentials. This is the actual dialer interface, and as you can see, it has four different tabs on the top, right? First one is Vicidial, which is the one that's open right now, where all the fields are. It's basically essentially a form. It's a database form. Then you have the script. This is where the script would normally populate. Okay, this is where you would get all the information pertaining what you need to be saying on the phone call. Form is an email or two tabs that we don't use at all. So you just want to navigate strictly to the Vicidial and script tabs. All right. So what I want you to get familiar with is the buttons on the left column first, which are the pause, the resume, next call, pause. These are three buttons that we use, out of which we mostly use the pause and resume. Hopefully you'll be using very little of it, but essentially you need to know where they are, okay? So right now, I am on queue. I'm logged in, but I'm on pause. Why? Because as soon as it logs in, it doesn't automatically send you to start receiving phone calls. You have to hit resume for you to be not just on queue, but to be able to receive the phone calls as well. Okay, so basically I'm just logged in. That's what it is. All right. So everything that's below record ID all the way to transfer conference, we do not use at all. Okay, you could just go ahead and ignore those. We will never use them, especially not for this campaign. Okay, so the only ones you really need to get familiar with are those three up here. Next call, pause, pause, resume, and hang up customer. Pause if you need to go to the restroom or you need to get up really quickly and you're going to be back in under 2 minutes. That's what you actually need to use. Use pause, and then you can go ahead and go. All right. Resume is when you're going to start your shift or you just logged in and you want to go on to your next call, or you came back from your break or lunch, or not from your break or lunch, but from going to the restroom and it took less than 2 minutes or something of the sort, because the system will automatically log you out if you're not taking calls. All right. Now, this next call, pause, that is for when you're in a call and you know you need to get up and you need to do something. As soon as that call ends, it will pause you automatically. So you want to make sure that you click on this only in the scenario that you need to get up right after. All right. Um, any questions, please submit to your team lead. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Um, Hang up customer. Whenever you're in a phone call and you already know what happened with the call, we already have a closing, meaning that the client already either hung up, he's interested, there's an appointment, or simply you need to move on to the next one. You always need to manually hit this hang up customer in order for the system or the dialer to continue to put you on the queue and have you waiting for the next phone call. All right. So um, one very important thing, at least for Nova, this recording is going to be for multiple trainings, multiple campaigns, but specifically from Nova, you never want to hang up on a customer when when there is an appointment. You got to check with your team lead first. Check for instructions. He'll tell you what you need to do. Okay, so let's move on for that. At the bottom, you can see that there is a no active leads callback. Okay, that means that there's no callbacks right now. There's a manual dial, there's a fast dial, and a view call log. When you are logged in and you want to check the phone calls that you've made during the day, which I recommend that you really don't, but this is what they're for. The only reason why you want to do this is because you want to figure out a phone call that you did earlier and you can't remember the phone number or a lead or whatever the case is. You can actually dial the client from here. If you click on dial now, it would dial right now. So, Okay, that's what it was. It's already pre-filled for you. The phone number is already up there. And if you click on dial now, it would dial the client. All right. So that's only needed when you are when you need to call the client back and you need to enter a notice. That's very important. Or they have an appointment that by accident you hit hung up on, which should not be the case. But if it does happen, this is how you fix it. All right. So we're going to go back and you have a manual dial. It takes you to the same window. There's just dial override. Okay. This is the phone number that this is where you want to enter the phone number. Okay. Then you just do dial now. And then it would allow you to make that phone call. That's only for like callbacks or when you need to call out for whatever reason. All right. So this would be automatically populated with all the client information. This is your form or the all the fields that correspond to the database. All right. Hotkeys. These are so that when you are finishing the phone call, you can disposition the call quickly by just hitting one of these hotkeys. It's pretty self-explanatory. Number one is answer machine. Number two is hung up. Number three is not interested. Four is DNC, which is do not call. Number five is bad lead. Very rarely used, but it's there. CBNE, it means call back anytime. A scheduled callback, which is callback scheduled. Number seven. Number eight is AGFLUP, agent follow-up, no appointment. There's number nine, lead appointment set, which is the one you really want to concentrate on, right? So, all right. So as you can see, as soon as I hover away from the hotkey section, it will deactivate it. The hotkey is no longer active. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and select mute so that I can take a live call and they cannot hear me. I'm going to do a test so I can show you for the purpose of this training. I'm muting it now. Just remember that when you're taking a live call, make sure that it doesn't say unmute, because if it does, that means you are muted and the clients will not be able to hear you. Okay. Before we take that live call, I want to show you one last thing, which is agents view. This actually shows you what agents are logged on and what they are on. As you can see, I have an agent that's been on pause for 12 minutes. 12 minutes already. So um, let me go ahead and check on that agent for a second and I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, so that was taken care of. Let's continue. So that's what this is for, okay? It tells me that these agents are now ready. Okay, they're taking calls because they're in blue. Um, and the one that's in purple, in call, nobody's actually in a call right now. And then you'll see who's on pause. See, for this agent's been on pause for 21 seconds. Alvaro, Arce's, actually that's the agent login I'm using, so that's okay. That's because I'm in pause, so that's what that's for, all right? That's how we know who's logged in and who's not. So the next thing is you need to figure out how it looks like when you actually get a live call. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do resume. And right before I tell you about these two buttons on the top, which are just links. Groups, just ignore it. Log out is strictly when you need to log out because you need to take a break, lunch, whatever the case is, okay? That's what it's for. All right, let's go back to here. I'm going to hit resume. As you can see, it's muted. All right, so let's take a call and you'll see what happens, which is quite simple. Essentially, this actually gets populated, this being the data form, and the script should pop up automatically and automatically populating the name. As you can see, it's right. It says Delta 21 Resources. I just have someone on the other line saying hello, may I help you? And they can tell there's no one on the other line, so on the other side, so they just hung up. All right. So this is what happens. It automatically populated the entire script, which is what I've already provided with you with. And you want to read verbatim. The only thing you want to skip is the second to last line where it says, and lastly, do you have a pen handy so I can give you information? The local rep's name is, okay, the reason why we do not read this line is because we do not know who the rep is going to be. As you know, there are many businesses and it depends on the roster of the manager who's sending out the agents, all right? So we don't know who is going to be attending that appointment. So we never read that out. We just simply go to verifying the client's name and that he is the owner. All right. He's a person in charge that can make the decision. Okay. So you want to skip this line. Second to last and lastly. Okay. This will happen every certain amount of time. I think it's like every minute or so if you don't do anything. Every 60 seconds. So that's it. It populates. It fills in like as you can see, Nicholas, which is the name of the person there, and you can just go ahead and read the script. Let's go ahead and skip this part right now because you should already be trained on the script. We should do it differently through another session. So let's go ahead and click on Vicidial, and I'll show you that the form is automatically populated like we stated before. It has the address, city, another what, 40 some seconds went by. The city, state, and the zip code. All right. So this is where you're going to enter the information pertaining the lead. If you actually have an appointment, this is where you're going to save the information from the appointments. Let me give you an example, okay? I'm going to go to the main resource. I'm going to go to set up instructions because I have a sample there, and that sample it will show you how it's done. So let me go to the bottom here. Here it is. This is what it should look like. 9045-9045 is a username that's being utilized. Daphne Mora, R&H Supermarket, appointment set for Wednesday, May the 7th, 2014, 9 a.m. He will have a merchant statement ready, processor City Corp, verified address, and spoke with the person in charge. Name is Ned Sa'a, so that will be a different training, okay? But this is what would go here, okay? You would paste it there. And that would be it. Then you just hang up customer and display the call, or just do hotkey and display the call. Remember that the first week you need to make sure that you get this information copied pasted to your team lead's Skype. All right, so that we can verify that in fact you have it in the proper format, and then all the data that's required is there. Critical, very critical. You need to make sure that it has all the information required. So first week, don't jump the gun. Make sure that you talk to your team lead first. All right. All right. So that's basically what that is. The script, um, the hotkeys, agent's view, log out, pause, resume, next call, pause, hang up customer. Those are the only ones you really want to work on, with the exception of course when you need to do a callback or something, and you don't know who it was that you talked to, and but you know what happened like 10 minutes ago. If you call log, okay, I have to be on pause. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how you display this call. I'm going to go ahead and hang up on the customer. And since I'm doing a test, I'm going to click test, submit. And there we are. And I'll do pause. And I'll do the view log. I can see the phone calls that I've made or received here. If I knew it was the first call I made, then I just go ahead and click on dial here, and it would take me to this window where I just click dial, and it would dial that lead for me. It would open up the record like we did before. It's very useful strictly when you make the mistake of hitting hang up by error. If you did not intend to do so, but it happens, because it does happen, especially the first week, it's okay. Just tell your team lead what happened, and he'll do this for you. But this is just so you know, okay? You go back, and you need to do a manual dial because you have a callback. You click on manual dial again. The phone number, you enter it here, dial now, and you're good to go. Okay? So that's all for this training session. Hope I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.